internets! In today's video, I am going to tell you about my progression from your typical 2-burner stove to a single plate, single burner, I guess, that connects to the gas tank, the gas bottle, and finally to my little dual fuel 533 Coleman stove. Okay, I gotta get the gas bottles and then we can get into it. Alright, here I have your typical 2-burner stove. This happens to be an outdoor connection one. I've told you how much I love outdoor connection before. Again, no affiliation, I just think they're great. This is a fairly typical standard 2-burner. Comes with the little windshields, come on, that connect to the lid, which makes it stay upright. It also has the hose. It has been a while since I've connected this. I haven't had to use gas in quite a while. Legs this time. Ooh, don't want to leave that on too long. It's already hot down here. Oof. So look, it's your typical burner, 2-burner that is. It's got, you know, the controls here for high and low, and that's the wrong direction. There's low. Don't usually operate this from the back. So there we go. Uses a gas bottle, LPG, and it's a great stove. Occasionally I would use this. I'm going to turn that off because it's way too hot. Let's just turn it off for the gas. Let it burn itself out. Occasionally I would find that some of the pots I was using would be a little bit too big. So I would let one side down, and then the outside edge of the big pot would be sort of hanging off the edge here a little bit. They work great. It's easy to use, very simple. Mine did not come with the, what are they called? Something. A little clicker that makes it light. Mine doesn't come with that. It's just the very, very simplest version that you can get, 2-burner. It works really well. However, I found that I was rarely using more than 1 burner, and it seemed like a lot of effort to put this up when all I was doing was using 1 burner quickly to boil water or to heat up something. I'm a 1-pot cooker anyway. I tend to not use more than 1 pot if I can avoid it, because otherwise it's just more dishes. So I thought something, firstly, a bit smaller might be better, and secondly, that I only really needed the 1 burner, so that made me think I may as well go for something with just a single burner. Now you can get the ones, the butane ones that have a single burner, but I don't want to be using something where I have to throw away canisters constantly. I try to avoid making that much waste. So my solution was, let me just put this away. Don't fall over now. My solution was this. It's a single burner. It connects directly to the gas bottle. Like this. Let's turn that around so I can put it on. Ordinarily this is a little bit shinier. You may not even be able to tell from there, but it actually went through the flood down here in my garage. That flooded to my head height. It it was down here, and it is very muddy on one side. So this may or may not work. Let's see. I know it did last time I used it, which was before the floods. So let's see if it's going to light. You simply use the control that is on the gas bottle to control the flame. Oh, there we go, look at that. It lights. I guess it's not full of mud, that's good. Now, I really enjoyed this. There were lots of my videos where I said, I'm loving my single gas burner. And I really did. I really enjoyed it, and it's such a great burner. It's so simple. The only drawback that I found with it was a little bit hard to control the flame. Sometimes I would turn it down, as I said, using the control on the gas bottle, and it would be a little bit too low or a little bit too high. The gas bottle knob really isn't designed for fine-tuning the flow. It's just designed to turn it on or turn it off to go through the pipe. So that was the only drawback with this. Still 100% love it though. I shall turn that off. It's also handy because you can actually pick it up while it's connected. Now, the only reason I changed from that is because I didn't want to carry LPG in my car anymore. It's not the safest thing to do. The chance of it exploding is not that high, but the chance of a leak maybe is also not that high. But sleeping in our Prius with compressed gas, that could very well kill us, either with an explosion or suffocating us because we have no oxygen left. I did just want to minimize the low risk of that. So I decided, after seeing a Snowy's video, in fact, Snowy's camping show, Ben from Snowy's mentioned a dual fuel stove. Now he's got a big double burner one, sort of similar size to that, maybe a little bit chunkier. But I then saw that you could get these little ones. Now, since I was already using just a single burner, I decided that this was a good option. It's the Dual Fuel 533 made by Coleman, and it is fantastic. It runs on Shellite, otherwise known as Coleman fuel. This uses pressure that you pump yourself. This is how you pump it. I've done a video showing how this works, so I'm not going to go into it a lot. Alright, it is pumped up enough. This is the lever to control it. And it'll have a big flame when we start, okay? That's the way this works, it's meant to. It heats up this thing across the top. Again, I'm not going to go into it, but it heats it up and then it'll have a low flame. There we go. That's got a big flame. It'll go down in a minute. Literally about a minute, I think. Actually, probably less, maybe 30 seconds. So this then has been my favorite. It means that I can carry fuel really easily for it, because all I need to do is carry like 1 bottle of Shellite. They come in litre containers. You can also get them in 4 litre containers, at least where I am. And then also, I think you can get like massive drums of the stuff. I don't need quite that much. Alright, so the flame has gone down and now I can adjust the lever. You probably can't see that from there. Probably not dark enough. It is a little bit tricky to control sometimes, but I still love this. It's really small. Fuel is very easy to carry. I can carry lots of spares easily without being concerned about the danger of an explosion. And it's just such a great size for fitting in my car. So the main reason that I went from the progression to, from your typical double burner to the single stovetop to this one is because of size and because of safety. This has been working marvelously for me. Even if I was ever to have a giant van or something, I think I would still stick with this because I like the size of it, I like the practicality of it, and I don't want to have to carry a whole lot of heavy things. And gas bottles, even when they're empty, compressed gas like the LPG, are quite heavy. And it's always a good idea to try and keep your weight down when you're traveling in a vehicle. And to turn it off, we just flick it that way. One thing I will mention about this is once the flame goes out, I like to release the pressure, but it takes a little while for the flame to actually disappear, so that's why I'm not doing it right away. I like to release the pressure on the cap, and that then means that there's no chance of any of the compressed fluid leaking out. I actually did have one occasion in my car where I could smell this, and what had happened is that I'd somehow bumped this little lever, and it was slowly releasing, because you can hear it, the compressed shellite as a gas. Once it's out and once it's cool enough, very, very slowly, I will release the pressure just via that lid. That means there's absolutely no danger for leaks. Once the pressure is all gone, it's not going to leak. So that lid is off enough to let all of the pressure out. It does smell a tiny bit when you're releasing that pressure, but not heaps. And the other thing I like about this is that it's not pressurized to the point where you're going to have any issues with it exploding. It's not done via the big machines that sort of push the gas in. I don't know how they work, but it's literally just done with your own hand, and I don't think that you could get the pressure needed to actually have a problem with this exploding. So that's the progression that I have made from large stove, small stove, tiny stove, and I like it. I like all these are wonderful. I have no problem with them at all. But for me, in my situation, this stove is my winner. It's not going to be perfect for everyone, but for me, I really like it. It works well in my situation. Oh, I got the hot bit. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you who are watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and then you can hit the notification bell and get a notification every time I upload a new video. Thank you to all my current subscribers. Please comment if you want to. Every little bit of interaction is great. Hit the like button, and that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.